Welcome back, Stupid Fast Nation. How are you guys doing today? Bringing you back for another Banshee episode. Guys, today we are going to be tearing apart the Banshee 472 Supercub engine. I want to diagnose what happened. I want to check everything out. I want to show you guys everything that happened and talk about why I believe the things happened that they have. Now guys, it's behind me on the workbench. I have not touched it yet. I have not ripped it apart, but I have a hypothesis, if you will, as to what exactly happened on the Banshee's motor. So anyways, if you guys didn't see the last episode, we tore 90% of the Banshee down. We still have to get the suspension off of that. I'm gonna be ordering a lot of stuff. We've got a lot of work to do to this thing. I want this to be close to a showpiece when it's done. I know it looks good on camera in the last series, a couple years ago when I first rebuilt it, but to be honest, I just wasn't really happy with the look of it. And although it is a decent looking quad, like the plastics were always kind of rough and faded, and like the stickers, they were just like stickers put on, and there was no graphic kit or nothing like that. So I really want to get this thing looking sharp. And so I have an idea in my head, and I think we're gonna go for it. So anyways, let's get digging into the motor. Let's see what's going on. Oh, real quick guys, before we get started with tearing down the engine, if you guys did not see, we posted the Quad Wars episodes on my Disables channel, and guys, I'll tell you what, it's off the chain. The responses we've been getting for the Quad Wars series have been doing extremely well. And I'll tell you what, there's a few really awesome moments in the Quad Wars clip. So if you didn't see that, check it out here. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And let us know what you want to see in future matchups. We're always looking for new and exciting things to capture and captivate the audience. So anyways, I'm going to shut up now. Let's get started on the motor. Alright guys, so we're going to make this really simple, as always. Try to make every build really simple. These Banshee motors, they are extremely simple to take apart. I've taken this one apart roughly 10 to 15 times already. This thing has been through several rebuild stages. I'm not going to walk you guys through that in this video, but I'll make it really easy. We'll start by popping the carbs off. I already loosened up the intakes on the carburetors, so pop those off. We will start by taking the stator cover off here, which is just a 5mm. Well, at least this is what I use on this one, is I have a 5mm to take these cap screws out. And these things are just amazing. These motors, they're super easy to work on. And got one on the bottom there? Yes, we do. Get that guy right there. Poop pop Q. Ain't got any more, right? No. What the hell that was? Shouldn't be that hard. Alright, as you can see, I'm still using the Chinese flywheel and stator, but they're coming off. I'm going back to OEM on this one. Let me go grab my puller real fast and then we'll pop that stator off. Flywheel's pretty simple to remove. 17mm. Small impact. Still pops it right off. There's never any issues with losing the nuts on this one. Fortunate enough. These stator pullers are a left-hand thread, and I usually just put them in snug so I can't really tighten them in anymore, and then zip this guy in, and they usually pop right off just like that. Now this bench here is going to get pretty messy while we're doing this, and that's fine. I'm actually really okay with that. This is what it's like when you have a small workspace. So I have my little magnetic dish here. I like to just loosen everything up, get it off. Got the one on the bottom there. There we go. So that way I don't lose anything. I like to keep everything in the dish. This guy's pretty simple. There's a little thing around the edge you got to push in, and then that wire pulls right out. Boom, this side of the engine. We still have to take a sprocket off, and then this side of the engine is pretty much done. Don't know, but guys, this is the $30 Chinese Stator, and it worked. I'll tell you what though, the CDI I'm not very overly impressed with. I think it takes too much to create the spark. This thing, you have to kick it over and over and over again for it to actually engage spark. So I don't recommend you buy a Chinese Stator CDI. The flywheel you could probably use. The flywheels on the Chinese setups you could probably use with these, but I do not recommend that you use the Stator and CDI because of how hard it is to start. Banshees are most known for being really easy machines to start. So that is why I think that you should stick with OEM on this. Can't remember what size the sprocket is on this one. Can't remember. It's not a 30, it must be a 32. Wesley's like, yeah, I'm just chilling. And I was right. Okay, let's get it in gear. Alright, let's get the big boy for this one. Should break loose pretty easily. I don't over tighten mine. Right off. I dig it. That guy off. Done deal. There's a spacer on the end. Don't forget the spacer. That is what makes the seal. Grab that, it's too slick. And left side's done. So we're gonna move on to the right side now. Alright, now these cases are actually, the threads are repaired on almost every one of these clutch bolts. So I'm trying to be really careful with how I take all these bolts off. I am using some of the factory 10 millimeters that go on here. Actually, I think factory was 8. These were just spare Banshee hardware that I had sitting around. But I'll tell you what, no matter what, this thing leaks. So we're going to address that. This clutch cover actually drips little by little. That is something I plan on addressing while we have this apart. Let me grab a rag before I pull this cover off because I know that this thing is going to leak tranny fluid all over the place. Here we go. Oh, dang, that looks bad. I don't know. I'm very excited about this. Let me get this hose clamp up here off real fast. I need a Phillips. We will take a closer look at this. I can see quite a bit of material down on the and some shards and a couple bigger chunks. Dang. Take a look at that, guys. I don't know if the camera's focusing or not. I can't see that high, but you can see there's quite a bit of material in there. So I'm not very excited to see where the material's coming from. First glance, primary drive gear looks good. Clutch basket gear looks good. Shift shaft looks okay. Kicker gear looks fine. Idler gear looks fine. A lot of play in the idler gear. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I bet you the bushing's worn out for that. Not a big deal. We can fix that stuff. But alright, cool. Let's get the clutch basket, primary drive gear, shift shaft, kicker. We're gonna literally uninstall all of this right now. So I'd like to have this entire thing torn down in this video. lock up all my clutch stuff. I'm literally going to throw right back in the clutch cover case. I don't want to lose anything. What we got going on here, Yamaha? There we go. We have the pancake bearing mod. Everything looks good. There's a little grit inside the bearing. That's okay. We can reuse that. We can clean it out. Should be able to remove all of the frictions. They're actually in really nice shape. We'll probably still reuse these. They aren't in beautiful shape yet. I barely ran the quad, so I don't expect there to be like a ton of wear on a lot of stuff. I don't know why the trans was eating itself, but I'm pretty sure it's the trans because I don't see anything inside this case here that would be sus of the shards and stuff. So, okay. One bend on that. I think this is the same socket. I think it's the 32. Oh, I don't have that fancy clutch holder that Mike has. Oh boy. With a flathead screwdriver. Who needs a special clutch tool when you have a brain? Whew, all these washers. I'm gonna get all OEM stuff if they even make these anymore for this. Probably do. This is the kind of stuff Yamaha continues to make, unlike the stuff that you actually need. Washer looks good. I don't see any problems here. You do not see any issues here, guys. All this stuff looks fantastic. Like I said, I didn't really run this thing too crazy anyways. Could definitely be the idler gear causing the shards. Oh my god, that is definitely the problem. Yeah, I don't think it's the trans, I think it's this. I'm going to show you guys a close-up of this before we continue on. Actually, if that phone catches a good angle, look at that. Take a look at that right there. The brass is all gone in the front face of that. Guaranteed that is part of the problem, where the shards are coming from. I don't even think the trans ate itself. I bet you it's just the idler gear flopping around in there like a hot dog down the hallway. Yeah. Anyways. Water pump gear looks good. There's a little bit of wear on the back of the water pump gear, but I think that's from the last time the nut backed off with the primary drive gear, which happened a few years back. So, looks good though, guys. Looks good. I'm really happy with how well this bottom end pulled up. But I'll tell you, with the low mileage that's on this thing, it really shouldn't be that bad. See if we can get our kicker spring off of here. She snaps. Just gotta be really careful with this one. Pretty sure I wrap that one twice normally. Unlike my pecker. Whee! Alright. Almost ready to split the cases already. Geez, got to get the cylinders off. We got to get a couple of these little plates off. Those I should be able to get off by hand. I don't abuse my clips and stuff like that. But you guys can see here, some of the screws have a little bit of wear, and they attach from one case to the top. So you have to remove certain ones. Oh, and I see one of my bolts is missing for the shift drum down here too. That was probably, that was why I bet you that's why I was having hard shifts. I bet you she started scooting out a little bit. All right, not a big deal. Glad we're in here so we could address this now. Hey, Wes.
Yeah.
Can you go, oh yeah, oh yeah. Almost done already though.
That's good.
All right, pop that guy out. The whole shift drum can come right out there. Don't know where the other bolt got to. Guess it doesn't matter now. What the hell is that? Interesting. This detent off of here. Okay, then we go back to the top end. We can tackle the top end. That is everything we need to do on the bottom end. We will start by getting this coolant hose off. I think I'm going to replace most of this stuff anyways. Probably due, way overdue. Then we'll get the cylinder head off. It's also going to be really stinking easy. From 12. Good. For any of my OGs out there, you guys that remember all the head stud troubles I had with this thing, as you can see, none of the studs pulled out, and most of them come right out, which is really cool. Because I had this cylinder head stainless certed with actual certs instead of a helicoil, and it worked out really, really well. I never had a single issue with it after I got them certed, and it didn't matter, you know, overheating, all that. I never blew out another head gasket again, so I can't argue, guys. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, I see what the problem is. Did not expect that. Oh God, dude.
What?
This thing was running way stinking lean. Oh my God, dude. Damn. Cameraman Wes is in the background right now. Before I show you guys what I just found, I really thought, okay, so this is not what I thought happened. So I got two things I'm looking at right here. You can see the left piston looks great yet. Or sorry, it would be the right piston, which is the one I melted down a few years back. But looking at the left piston, Wes, take a look at that left piston there and tell me what you see.
Oh.
What do you call that, Wes?
I don't know. A lot of pitting.
What?
A lot of like.
Bro, look at the front of the piston.
Oh, that's like the other piston.
Yeah, half of it melted away.
Oh.
Which is telling me it ran really stinking lean, dude.
Maybe you should stop letting Mike ride this thing.
Yeah, every time he rides it, it blows up. Bro, I've had him. He blew this thing up a couple times already. blowing head gaskets out of it and everything else.
I blow them all up.
Say that again? I freaking...
I'm the Banshee guy, I blow them all up. I don't want to do that.
I got you. Alright, well the cylinder's not marred or anything, which is... Oh yeah, there is. There's a chip out of the top. So this actually would have to get re-nickel-sealed if I'm going to reuse it. That kind of blows. I can't just save this and run it. It's expensive to have cylinders redone. That one's got a big chip out the top. You actually probably still could reuse that, but I wouldn't dare do that. Yeah, dude, the whole front of the piston is gone. Damn, dude. I thought the rings were sticking from it being hot, but damn. Guys, I'll get you a close up here in a second, but you can see the front edge of the pistons completely melted off, and that is the problem with these 472s, is they run very hot in the front of the cylinder. And the front of the cylinder by the exhaust port heats up, and I believe that's where the detonation comes from. Probably that heat. Amazingly enough, it still works. I actually did ride this like this too, and you guys will be amazed. But you could tell it had almost no compression. Wait till I show Mike, man. He's gonna be what? Alright, so you guys get a good close-up now. You can see the front edge of the left piston is actually gone. Same exact thing that happened to me on the right piston about a year and a half ago. Me and Mike were racing off camera, and might have been like 2 years ago or whatever, and then this one melted down. The plug shook loose, sucked air in, and then melted the front edge of this. I still have that piston. It's over in the office. That goes in my memoir. Actually, you know what? I actually think it's right here. Yeah, there it is. Same exact thing. So this was the right piston, and then the left, literally same exact thing. Oh, Jesus. Oh well. All right, let's continue tearing her down. All right, guys, let's continue on. We got this far. We've literally got 2 more steps, and it's cylinders, crack the cases, and then it slides apart like butter. So this spins over really free. I have no fears that the crank did not take a dump, but regardless, let's get the cylinders off and then we'll move on. So I believe these are all 12 millimeters. Front 2 down the bottom. Out of there first. These 2 nuts in the middle of the Supercub cylinders are the hardest ones to get out. I gotta like stretch in there all kinds of weird ways, and I had to make a special wrench when tightening them down because a regular box end wrench does not fit in the crevice. They really don't give you a whole lot of room to work with. All right, let's see if we can. Whew, it's tight. I'll get a crowbar. Oh, you know what? No, not a hammer. Crowbar.
Get a little aggressive there?
No, me? Aggressive? No. That's not my middle name.
Force is not the answer, John.
Well, dude, I mean, I cracked it loose in a couple seconds, so it can't be that bad. It's just breaking the silicone loose, you know what I mean? So I put silicone on mine.
This silicone a lot better than everything.
What's that?
Silicone a lot better than everything.
That's right. There we go. All right, moment of truth. Damn, I just keep dropping everything. Oh, yeah. Trying to collect all my base washers. The middle ones didn't have them. Okay, let's get it. No more surprises. Okay, Banshee. No, you have to get them re-nickel-sealed. That doesn't have sleeves. The rings did not stick this time on any of them. Well, this one because it's, you know, burned half the piston away, but bottom ring was still good though. This probably still would have ran, dude.
Probably.
It probably still would have ran. Actually, it was running when we shut it off. So.
I'm surprised you would say, let's see if this thing will fire up before I take it apart. Damn.
Yeah, nah. I tried firing it up a while back and I just couldn't get it to do it. You know what I'm saying, Wes? I tried, man. She did not want to fire. Guys, one thing I forgot to mention before was make sure you take the ball bearing and shaft out of the center of this clutch basket area. That way you don't lose none of that stuff. Boom! Ha ha! That's just one thing I love about Banshee cases.
He definitely said they don't split side to side, they split up and down.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah, they split horizontal, not vertically. The crank itself is in immaculate shape. Transmission looks perfect. So I've got no issue running this transmission again. Bearings feel good. Plays normal. I'm digging it. I would have no problem running this thing again. Guys, super happy with the progress today. We got the engine fully torn down. The 100 horse engine's torn down. We see exactly what the problem is, which does correlate with what I originally thought the issue was. So guys, the problem with these 472s is in the front exhaust port, they create too much heat. They heat up a lot quicker than the rest of the cylinder. So even under intense load and stress, the front of the cylinder heats up that much more. There is a fix for it to make it reliable and make it work well. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that or not because the left cylinder here would have to be replated. There's a chip out of the top of the cylinder. I'm not sure if I want to go that route. I'm kind of thinking I'd like to go with a 521 setup this time around. But we'll see. Let me know in the comments below what you think to go with motor-wise. And guys, as always, drop me the like, share. Don't forget to sub. If you ain't subbed, you like the content. And let's go. Ha ha.
Peace.